So tell us a little bit about that process, the process of becoming a conductor who eventually goes to Carnegie Hall to conduct.
Many people think that conducting has an element of body, huge element, because the only way to transmit information is through your body and your eyes, and that's it. In the physical way, because you can also transmit information through talking to the orchestra during rehearsal. But the work of a conductor is the work of a teacher, not the work of a dancer. So what happens is that you have to be able to learn what the composer wants, why the composer wants something, and we do that anyway in all our instruments. But in conducting it's just different, because in piano, when you give me a score, I'm going to sit on the piano and directly play. I've learned the language, I'm going to hear and discover things directly associated to the sound and to my sound, which makes things easy. It's not the same for conducting, because in conducting I have the score but I have no instrument until I get into rehearsal. Rehearsal starts maybe 3 or 4 days before the performance, because every orchestral rehearsal costs $5,000 approximately, or more. So I can't have an orchestra, I can't have an instrument, which means that my instrument is my head. It's whatever happens within my head. So the work of a conductor is someone that takes a full score, which has like a page is like a beat. So you scan. You don't have time to read, because we're talking about, in violin you see 1 line, you play. Piano you see 2 lines, you play. Conducting you see 17 lines at the same time. So there is no way that you can process this information quick enough unless you have studied for hours before and you know what's happening in the piece. So the moment you go up to in front of an orchestra, you must know everything you want to do. So you must have imagined the sound you want to achieve in your head. You must know where the problems will be without knowing the orchestra. You must know where problems will come up according to the level of the orchestra you have, and you will not know the level until you get there. I mean, some orchestras you do know, but some you don't. So you work very much on structure, imagination, very long thinking, huge structure making, at least in my view, detail. So you just have to be able to combine everything together and make it alive with the body, to make it what you feel as a good interpretation of the composer and yourself together. Because that's where you join with the composer and you do get into the brain of the composer. So you really believe you understand the composer. You have to believe that. You have to go deep into the composer's way of thinking and then translate that into what you are, and then be able to show that even more to people.
Well, a lot of the pieces of music are old and established, but like in this particular case, new and modern. So does that add another complexity to the challenge?
Yes, in a way. It actually is good because you have the composer there. So you can actually say to him, what do you want?
How can I interpret this?
Yes. Or you can say to him, that's not working, just take it out. So you actually have an effect on the composer if you are now here, because you can change things. But for example, they have said that some orchestrations of Schumann are not very good, and it's true. I can't just go and say to them, take that line out because I don't like it. So I can't do that to Schumann, but I can do that to Connor. Important that you have this live feedback, because you can change the piece within its making. So you're actually a creator, while in the other case you're a recreator.
Probably also worth noting that with a new piece, you don't actually hear it until the first day with the orchestra.
Exactly.
Yes.
So until that, you're just working off a piano reduction.
Yes.
So there's no prior recordings. You're making the first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is a very exciting experience to do. Like I've done a lot of world premieres, and I love it because it's just like fresh, new. No one knows anything about it. I don't know anything about it, so it's a very open territory.